My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. Everyone needs to take today in context. Bernie's endorsement of Hillary Clinton is actually not a concession. It's actually a merciful deed. It is Bernie Sanders saying, I'm not going to destroy the Democratic Party. I'm not going to tear down the system. Let me explain. Bernie Sanders had a choice to make. First of all, he's an honorable man. I will always admire Bernie, and I hope that you don't turn on Bernie Sanders or the movement. He played ball with a corrupt machine, and he had to endorse despite the fact that he knows Clinton is the antithesis of everything he stands for. But Bernie Sanders, had he decided to continue into the convention, July 25th, he goes into Philadelphia with the most passionate group or base of supporters, and they'll be there in Philly. But he goes into Philadelphia, let's say he's continued his campaign. He never endorses Clinton. The entire political establishment, the American media establishment, would go berserk. So every single day you're looking at, when's Bernie going to endorse? What's Bernie going to do? What'll happen to the Democratic Party? Then you'll have the attacks from Hillary Clinton and her campaign, knowing that Bernie could take it all down, tear it all down, expose everything. Talk about the election fraud. Talk about the fact that just today, Loretta Lynch testified before Congress and reiterated that her meeting with Bill Clinton was social in nature. The exact quote is this. GOP, this is from NBC News. Okay, this is in a GOP grills Lynch over Clinton email investigation. So interestingly enough, the day that Bernie endorses Clinton, Loretta Lynch testifies before Congress, and the GOP calls for an investigation into perjury, the fact that Hillary Clinton did lie under oath. So two things took place today. But, quote, she maintained that the conversation was social in nature. Lynch stressed the same on Tuesday, insisting, quote, nothing of any relationship to the email investigation was discussed. Only Brexit, grandchildren, and Bill Clinton's golf game. Okay. This is an overt and blatant lie. If you're watching this, Hillary bot and Hillary supporter, do you think that people are going to just accept overt and blatant lies? So you don't like my writing, you don't like my advocacy, you call me a liar, whatever. You're voting for Clinton, who is known nationally as the biggest liar in American politics. One poll has her at 67% of all Americans finding her not honest and trustworthy. 56% of Americans, according to favorability polls, find Clinton not honest and Americans have an unfavorable view of Hillary Clinton, 56% of Americans. Do you think, Hillary supporter, that anyone believes Loretta Lynch just spoke about grandchildren with Bill Clinton only days before Clinton gets interviewed by the FBI or interrogated by the FBI? Do you think that the GOP will ever stop with the investigations because Clinton is constantly embroiled in scandal? It's not a right-wing conspiracy. She can't type an email without an investigation. Everything I said pertaining to the emails was correct. James Comey made the case. He stated she was careless and sloppy, and sophisticated hackers could have easily gotten into her system. He stated all of these things. He stated that FBI agents can't have their own private servers. No. And that if they did, or if they do, there's going to be repercussions. And anyone in Clinton's position, had they done the same thing, would face repercussions. But no indictments because Clinton was too stupid to realize there was no intent there. He was looking for a love letter between Clinton, Hillary, and Putin, saying, I will pretend to be stupid and dumb and make my multiple private servers vulnerable to hackers, have the Russian intelligence hack into it, I'll pretend that I didn't know what was going on, and I'll say convenience. Give me the cash payment, signed, love, Hillary Clinton. Comey was never, ever going to get that, Hillary bot. You don't care about national security. You don't care about a neocon advised by Henry Kissinger. You don't care about a lot of things. My point is this. Bernie Sanders could have torn the entire thing down. He could have gone into Philadelphia and said, I beat Trump by 10.4 points. Hillary barely beats Trump by 4.5. If you care about beating Donald Trump, who is the lesser evil, there's evil there, but he's the lesser evil compared to Clinton. Bernie could have taken it down. He could have said, vote, you know what, I'm going to state my case. He could have explained that she very well might face jail time or charges pertaining to perjury. She did lie under oath. She stated that she didn't receive or send classified information. She did. If the defense attorneys around the world say, well, she didn't know she was lying at the time, the GOP, they're going to continue. You are not going to see a president. If you be careful what you wish for with Hillary Clinton, because it's going to take the Democratic Party back, and it's going to merge Democrats with Republicans on war and foreign policy. If they haven't already been merged, she will cement the unification, Hillary Clinton would, which is why that's the basis for my opposition towards Clinton. Has always been the basis. You cannot have a Democrat using the authorization for use of military force with the power, the unilateral power as president, to send Americans abroad to bomb at will. I do not trust Hillary Clinton with that power. I do not trust a neocon advised by Henry Kissinger with that power. I don't trust a person who barely escaped FBI criminal indictments and indictments from the DOJ with that power. You do, Hillary bot. For whatever reasons, you trust Clinton with that unlimited power. I do not. He could have torn the whole thing down by explaining everything I've stated, by reiterating James Comey's prosecution of Clinton, by complaining about Loretta Lynch meeting with Bill Clinton or publicizing it. He could have told House Democrats to do something to themselves when they booed him, Bernie. There was just an attack ad against Bernie the other day, right before he endorsed today, which is so Clinton. But the point is, he could have gone into Philadelphia and he could have said, no more. You vote for Bernie Sanders and don't blame Bernie or bust if Trump wins, because Bernie or bust and the millions and millions of people, half of Bernie Sanders supporters, according to polls, will never vote for Clinton. You're looking at Hillary Clinton up by 4.5 points, which is nothing, against Donald Trump. The polls have already factored in the fact that Trump is an extremely polarizing figure. So what does that tell you? Hillary Clinton now faces an investigation. Quote, this is from CBS News. Two powerful House Republicans are calling for a perjury investigation into the presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. Quote, the evidence collected by the FBI during its investigation of Senator Clinton's use of personal email server system appears to directly contradict several aspects of her sworn testimony to Congress. Representative Jason Chaffetz, the chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, and other Republicans state. Okay. They got Al Capone on tax evasion. They're going to get Hillary Clinton on something. The Republicans will never rest. Hillary bots, they'll never rest. And if Bernie said this during the convention and he made that case, it's a very logical case. It's a rational case. There's election fraud. David Plouffe in 2008 complained about it. 200 incidents of election fraud. That's in an Atlantic article titled Widespread Obama Manager Complains of Widespread Dirty Politics. That's in 2008, an Atlantic article. Look it up. But today is a day of power. Today is a day of saying that Bernie was merciful. Bernie could have torn it all down. Bernie could have exposed. He already did expose the lies and the corruption and the disingenuous politics and the duplicity. He already did expose that. But you play ball with the machine. You're part of the machine. When he joined the Democratic Party, he was part of the machine. You're part of the machine, you play ball. If you're a citizen, you're not part of any machine. You do what you want to do. If you look at Donald Trump and you're afraid of his big, fat, stupid mouth, then you're afraid of the wrong thing. Hillary Clinton is a very calculating politician. She'll say the right things if her staff says that focus groups approve of the statement. She'll say the right things, but she will bring us to war, more wars, counterinsurgency wars, where half to two-thirds of all the Americans killed and wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan were the victims of IED blasts. The neocons, the neoconservative advisors who advised George Bush are now advising Hillary Clinton. That's a fact. Henry Kissinger is advising Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton takes money from prison lobbyists. Hillary Clinton used racism against Barack Obama. Don't just focus on Trump's racism. What he says, sure, is xenophobic and racist. But Hillary Clinton has said similar or done similar things. Surreptitiously, the 3 a.m. ad Harvard's Orlando Patterson in 2008 said contained a racist submessage. She wouldn't even leave the race against Barack Obama, and I spoke about this. You can see the link below with Tim Black when I was making the case that Trump is the lesser evil on Tim Black's show, and he's amazing. Subscribe to Tim Black. But she wouldn't even leave the race against America's first African-American president. She brought up the assassination of Bobby Kennedy. There's no limit to what Hillary Clinton would do for political power. She fabricated a story of Bosnian sniper fire. She laughed at a child rapist passing a polygraph. That's what she laughed about. He passed a polygraph. She laughed that she knew he was lying when this child rapist passed the polygraph. You're voting for this person, Hillary bot. This is the type of person who will say anything. Anderson Cooper and CNN, first debate. Will you say anything to get elected? That was a question asked by Anderson Cooper. Look it up. That is an insult. That is an insult of epic proportions on national TV. And nobody cared because the Clintons, Bill, and mainly Hillary, have changed the definition of what's normal in American politics. So when somebody used to say, would you say anything to get what you want? That's an insult. You should feel embarrassed and ashamed to hear that question asked of you. Clinton didn't care. Her supporters didn't care. That was just run-of-the-mill, normal question. So the point is this. Bernie Sanders could have taken it and he could have torn the entire thing down. Don't be so happy, Hillary bot. This is not a day to gloat. This is not a day to be happy. He was merciful. He did an honorable thing or a noble thing because the country is not ready for the Democratic Party to be taken down by somebody like Bernie Sanders. I mean, I'll let you debate that to my amazing subscribers. If the country is ready, please go ahead and give me your thoughts. Or if he did the right thing, Bernie, give me your thoughts. But to the Hillary bots watching, and if you're watching, you've proved everything I've said, and more. But Hillary supporters need to understand. Perjury charges await. She will be indicted. Eventually on something. You can't live your life. And this is a lesson to everybody. I'm not preaching, but I'm kind of preaching here. You can't live your life constantly escaping the law, constantly lying, constantly in the middle of scandal. I'm not saying that people don't lie, but life and reality is not always morally relative. You can't say, well, other people do this, so I'm going to steal $20 million. Doesn't work that way. You can't say, well, you know what? Other people are corrupt, so I'm going to have 2 FBI criminal investigations and run for president. Nobody else could do that but Clinton. Clinton, everyone lies. Nobody lies more than Clinton. Yeah, there are corrupt politicians. Nobody's more corrupt than Hillary Clinton. So she's redefined the ball game. But the thing is, you cannot live a life constantly investigated, constantly under scandal, constantly evolving and lying, and constantly pushing for war, and constantly, perpetually in the eye of a political storm. We have Chaffetz calling for perjury, an investigation into perjury. We have the FBI not commenting on the Clinton Foundation probe. We have Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe and about 6 or 7 other leading Democrats with their own probes or going to jail already. The system is being torn down slowly by its own corrupt nature. The Democratic Party is slowly unraveling because they've made a very dangerous bargain with Clinton. They'll do her bidding, and they'll go down with the ship. And believe me, it's the Titanic. But Bernie didn't want to speed up the process. So to my amazing subscribers, I look forward to your thoughts. Hillary bots, I urge you to watch my next segment and future segments. Bernie supporters, your voice is now more powerful than ever. If you vote Jill Stein. You just write in Bernie or bust. There are other options. But if you are not going to be, if you're the type of person to be bullied or to fear vapid marketing techniques from Trump, think about who is the most dangerous politician. Who is the politician that barely escaped jail time, criminal indictments from the FBI? Who is the politician that would send Americans back to war sooner than Trump? It's obviously Clinton. And everybody knows this. Even Hillary bots know that she's more militant than Trump. To my amazing subscribers, give me your thoughts on why Bernie didn't tear down the system. He definitely could have done so. Thank you so much for listening.